restless journeying deep within is characteristic of a person who is passionate about a cause. That's what defines Father Thomas. Institution for Culture and Rural Development, ICARD, is an eloquent embodiment of that passion that drives Father Thomas. ICARD today is the reference point for anything about the missing tribe in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Culture, rural development, youth work, cultural tourism, weaving, scholarship, ICARD has something to contribute and showcase. The place reverberates with drumbeats and songs and dances on many an evening and night during the year. The enthusiasm is so visible and contagious in the outcome of untiring and all-embracing work with young people who were labeled and treated as dropouts. Father Thomas saw in them the harbingers of transformation of the missing community and plunged headlong into the development and training. As he established his training center at Sadia, a place that brought him face to face with the harsh realities of the community.
This is the inspiration room. In 2001 July, I was in this room staying the night, and as we were about to get into bed after having visited the villages and seeing the social situation, it suddenly came to me, why don't you start sort of leadership training center for the missing youth and dropouts. We really did not know what we were going to do, but then somehow that inspiration struck me, and then I went back from this room next day to Shantipur, discussed the matter with Father Chakma.
The Missings, a community always on the edge of the society, living by the riverbanks, at the mercy of the gods of nature, forgotten conveniently by the political establishment and the larger society, living a hand-to-mouth existence with little of nothing that can be called healthcare and hygiene, education, communication facilities, market. Desolation in him protested at the situation of the youth in the community, dropouts, unskilled and idling away their lives. Yet it is a community that has rich and colorful culture, that always stayed away from conflict and violence, that has well-educated and well-placed scholars and leaders. Its women adapt at weaving magical designs with the loom. Father Thomas saw a community that was trying to find its place in the context of the rapid changes that were happening all around. He had discovered the love of his life, the challenge to his calling as a priest in isolation. He committed himself to the development of the Missings.
In 2004, our Laimekuri village was affected by severe floods. It was at that time that Father Thomas came with a generous heart. He provided us with rice, yarn and tarpaulins. By the end of that year, we were allotted land near Sadia Ghat by the government. Father Thomas came again to organize the new settlement. He dreamed of a planned village with lanes and by lanes. He gave money for bamboo and thatch to make houses. He provided tube wells and materials to make low-cost toilets. Later on, he sent students of Karsan Takar to clean the village and to create awareness among the people.
The youth are integral to his dream for the community. He dreams of a community that moves towards holistic development with deep roots into the richness of its cultural and ethnic identity. The youth, trained and motivated, would take the community forward. Karsang Takar at Sadia is the nursery for grooming youth leadership for community development.
Karsan Takar means rising star. We bring school dropouts from the village and make them into exemplary youth. We empower them through various trainings to mold their personality. They become agents of change in the society. We got trainings in Karsang for 1 year. The trainings were not just for one subject, but of such variety that we can never get in any school.
TakarNet keeps all the trained Takars united in solidarity and learning and action. Young Missings is a center for youth development in the villages.
Our aim of working in the village is to keep neat and clean. We are not only working for our village, but also for the neighboring villages. Action speaks louder than words. If we youth show by our example, others will follow us. At present, the village roads have been improved a lot.
Arda communities in the villages consisting of respected elders take forward the process of change initiated by the youth. Trainings, exposure, cultural meet, sports meets are part of the holistic process of change. The intellectuals are part of this process. Seminars on themes of relevance to the community are looked forward to and well participated. A hidden community almost missing from people's perceptions need to be exposed. Promotion of cultural tourism through cultural festivals like Ethnic brings to the public arena the rich heritage of the community.
I started working with the dropouts is because of a strategy that I was developing for tribal development. If I had started working with graduates or educated young people, they would have got this professional training that we are giving, and they would have moved out into towns, into cities, and earned a living for themselves. They would have looked after themselves and their families. It would never have helped the community. By investing into dropouts, we were doing many things. We were investing into their personal lives, transforming them step by step, and giving them a hope to live by, because they were poor, they were without education, and they were from ordinary families which had no influence. And then they would also go back to their villages and remain there, because they could not just get out and search for a job, because they had nobody to take up their cause.
Father Thomas would stop at nothing when it's question of the development of the Missings. He is like the river that the Missings live by, sometimes calm, sometimes raging, but always flowing, teeming with life, and ever productive and life-giving. He is a thinker, an innovator, an entrepreneur, an artist, and adventurer all rolled into one. He is the father and a friend to hundreds of youth he has helped to find a purpose in life. All these climax in his identity as a priest and isolation, a man of God, a man for the people and the youth.
Met Father Thomas first time in 1988. He was the headmaster of Don Bosco Dibrugarh and I was appointed the assistant headmaster. And those days of my stay with Father Thomas was one of the best years that I've had, especially because it was my first appointment as a priest. He was never satisfied with the minimum. He always wanted to give his best in very many areas of the mission. And especially when he started with the work with the missions, and we could see that he wanted to get engaged on a very broad spectrum of activities. The kind of institution that he has built up today and the kind of network that he has built up today is the result of that passion that he has for the people, for the youth especially, and is a sign of his absolute commitment as a Salesian and as a religious. And the way that he goes about without caring for himself, but always having a heart, a word, a smile for anyone who is in need is a tremendous example to follow for all of us. I would describe him as a man in a great hurry to get things done, never compromising on quality, never compromising on values, and always available to whoever is in need.
He has walked hard and long with the missings, and he continues to walk towards a dream that few dare to dream.